it cut off, and then
Racism, blood.
what's this racism? Sorry.
Racism.
How you been, bro?
I'm good, man.
You
How
good,
things?
you good, man? Yeah, not bad, man.
I'm in the studio, so I was working. I was like, so I had to log in through here. So that's why I have to talk into the mic.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. No worries, man. No, I'm good, bro. Just like obviously doing these interviews, doing everything. And I heard like obviously I know you're interested in it, so I was like, you know what? I need to get him on. To get him on, we gotta hear your sides, bro. We gotta hear what's going on.
No,
Yeah,
bless, oh my guy.
Yeah, man said he got the mic and everything. Yeah, word. This is professional.
Nah, do you know what it is?
Like,
I was in my studio, so I was like working. Like I was actually DJing and setting up, and I was like, right, because my Instagram is linked to the iPad here. I got the reminder. I was like, oh shit! So I had to quickly jump in and then bam. Sorry, I mean I'll shoot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so.
Oh, sorry,
Big
I messed
up,
up the
man.
set.
Don't watch my mic, innit?
Bro, how you been during quarantine anyway?
Bruv, I make the days count. I don't count days. That's long. I make the days count. Like there's so much to do. The amount of times people say, oh, if only I had more time.
There's so much time.
Do you get it?
Yeah. So have you been doing like a lot of mixes? What's going on?
Yes. It's been mainly doing streams for different brands, different event brands. So a few festival brands, a few nightclubs, a few clothing and shoes brands, and so on and so forth. So it's literally, I'm probably busier.
Content all the time.
Yeah, but I'm probably busier by way of putting together structured streams and mixes and stuff now than I am when I'm in Clubland. Because in Clubland, I don't have time. I'm not here. I'm not at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm getting a lot of work done now, man. Enough work.
Nice, bro. So like, obviously, coming here for a discussion, interview, and everything. So I'm gonna get right to it, because I've only got. So it's gonna be short because I've got Scotty B after this as well. So I've got
sure, man. However you want to do it, bro. I'm with it.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, we're gonna jump straight in. So so how did you start DJing? How did you get into it?
My brothers and my dad and them lot, they're all from the soundboy era. So in Jamaica, it's very different to how it is here in the UK.
Yeah.
And they were always around that environment, and it was just natural. It was a natural progression, I guess. I couldn't mix for forever. I first started mixing with a guy called Jay Sweet. It's a producer. It was me, him, and Sebastian and SOB from Tough Love. So the three of us, we had a label called Sweet Beats, and we used to just buy every Sunship UK garage record there was.
Yeah.
And just try and do what we were doing, mixing. Started out on vinyls. It's still my dad and my brother's reggae vinyls and all their New Jack Swing and stuff like that. And we used to try and like do mad little mashup mixes of stuff that just wouldn't mix. But we tried, and we had our little thing going on, man.
And then, so from then, how did you get to, DJing with Black Bottle, blah, 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 like Bel Air, all of that stuff?
So the Maybach music stuff and that lot, that was more a case, I got headhunted by them. I was just throwing uni parties, you know what I mean? Like we ran a Monday night called Industry, it was Ram every week, and the club sold Bel Air, but they were selling Bel Air at like, I think, it was £45 a bottle. But if you book in advance, if you buy in advance, so you book before, I think like 6 p.m. or something, you get it at half price. So I've got the only hip hop and R&B event in the city popping, turn, you get it. And I'm selling Bel Air at £22.50 in advance, bro. It was a wrap. So they approached me and they was like, yo, you're doing bits for the brand. We're seeing you online. Come and mess with us. And I was like, nah, man, I'm getting money, bro. I don't know nothing about business. I'm from the hood, bro. All I know is to get money, innit? I wasn't going to uni. I was just throwing events in uni.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't my thing. I was here in London. Anyway, after them trying with me for about 2 years, I said, all right, cool. Do you know what? Let's see what you guys can offer me. And they was like, all right, cool. So they put me onto a team called Black Bottle Renegades, which is like a first team. So I met various other DJs who were in line to be official Black Bottle boys.
Yeah.
Like, ah, cool, whatever. But I didn't really care. I was just like, whatever, man. I'm getting money, man. All of this I don't care about. And I got my thing that I'm doing. And then I turned them down again, working for them. And then one day, a couple of years back, Rick Ross was here in the UK, and he was doing a listening party at the Beat for a Port of Miami 2 album. And they took me, one of the managers took me down to this club, the Beat in central London. I was like, ah, cool, let's go. And he took me into some back room And I was thinking like, all right, whatever, we're going to some little VIP spot. And then Rick Ross just walks up to me and goes, so you're the guy that's been making me money and blah, 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 and working with my brand. I'm like, yeah, but you're Rick Ross, my guy. Like, next thing I know, they handed me, I'll show you the jacket. Stay there right there.
All right, he's getting the jacket. Here we go.
So they handed me, they put my jacket on me, my official Black Bottle Boys jacket. Yeah. And then and there on the spot was like, yeah, you're with us now. I was like, well, I can't really tell you, no, can I? And then
that's mad. That's mad.
From I agreed. Ever since then, with the whole Maybach music thing and that lot, it's been on the up and up. They know that I make music. So in Europe, I'm one of the one of the European talent scouts. Yeah. So I look for the new talent to take forward with the team. And when them lot are here in Europe, I get the call and I go and DJ with them. If Sam Sneak can't make it, they'll call myself or one of the other team members. But it's dope.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, so when did you start producing? Were you always producing from the start, or was that just kind of after Black Bottles? You kind of
no. So production was where we started. Like I said before, so it was myself, Jay Sweet, who was one of the producers from Jamie's album Integrity, and SOB, or DJ SOB at the time, who's one half of Tough Love.
Yeah.
So that was the three of us.
That was okay.
Yeah, and that's what we done. We was in Jay's mum's house in his bedroom trying to make tunes. The first tune we made was a 4-way tune. It was me, us three, and DJ Cameo, and we put out a tune called High Grade.
Yeah.
Done 5,000 units, made some dope money, got signed to Polydor. It was like, rah, and we just kept it moving. Our base was Uptown Records in central London.
Okay.
So with that being the hub, with Universal Music up the road, we always had A&Rs popping in. We had promoters coming to sell tickets, to give us tickets to sell. Producers coming to drop off their vinyls. You know, that's where I met a lot of the old school garage guys. You know, Artful Dodger, Sticky, Matt Jam Lamont, all these guys. So it was a good network to be in.
So who in the industry do you kind of look up to DJ wise?
EZ and Jazzy Jeff, hands down. No one can't tell me nothing about them, man. They're EZ, and I know I sound biased because I've been there. I've been both their understudies, innit?
Yeah.
But as people, in terms of what they do, their men are happy to help you grow. As not only as DJs, but as individuals that become DJs. You know, I look up to them, man. They're heavily. Then you got a man like DJ Angelo, second to none. Top class DJ. Martin Too Smooth, an amazing personality as well as a DJ, as well as Andy P. Do you know what I mean? So yes, there's a few other guys I look up to definitely.
So where do you see yourself in the next couple of years, you know, and like after quarantine as well? Where do you see yourself going?
Well, let's hope quarantine don't last a couple of years.
I mean, yeah.
I feel like I found my lane. Yeah, like I've done festivals, I've done tours, I've had tracks signed. Even now, I'm producing for a major record label. Do you understand? Like, you know, I could put on one of my beats now. Do you hear it? Like I can actually preview something I made yesterday, just like that. So I think I found my lane, and I think not to say I'm going to be where I am now in a couple of years, but I'm going to just continue to be me, but evolve into a better version of me.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So like I get paid a certain amount to produce a beat now. If the beat gets signed, I feel in a couple of years I'll be at a point where when you're calling DJ KAE, you got the check ready. Type thing, you know, and that's as a producer. But as a DJ, I'd like to continue to do tours and continue to do shows with artists and such. So
what's been like the highlight so far?
The highlight of my life.
Well, no, highlight of the DJ career.
The highlight of my DJ career. I'll show you. This is a Rain TTM 57. It's one of the very first Serato mixers ever to be so popular on the market of its time.
Yeah.
TTM 57 SL. This is Jazzy Jeff's. Yeah. We done a shutdown show, and it was in Southport Weekender. And I opened up for him. I went on after him. And he saw the amount of sauce that I brought on my set as a beginner. had no idea who I was, but he saw that I got a lot of respect from all the older DJs.
Yeah.
The Ronnie Harrells and so on and so forth, who else was there. And because I know all of those guys from before and I've worked my way up through the ranks and earned their respect, and he enjoyed my set so much, he gave me his tour mixer. It was the end of his tour.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the highlight.
Way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me just put this back.
You can't, I don't even think you could even like compare anything to that one, you know?
Yeah, like it's a beautiful feeling, man. Nothing tops
like
that.
Jazzy Jeff, you know? Like
Yeah. Uncle Jazz.
Uncle Jazz. But yeah, bro, like, so obviously the dynamics of the scene is moving pretty quickly. Yeah. And like, you know, for a fact, like, obviously you paved your way early and like now you're seeing a lot of people coming up for, with the help of technology and stuff. Yeah. Where do you, like, what's your opinion on everything in terms of like the game now to how it was back then?
You know, evolution is always going to come into it, innit? People used to ride horses, now they drive cars and fly planes. It's inevitable. Do you know what I mean? I think the digital age is, I think it's an amazing place to be right now. I mean, if I could tilt the camera, you'd see I've got my Technics in front of me.
Yeah.
Like hold on, let me try it, let me show you. Can you see?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my Technics in front of me, yet I've got my MacBook and an SP1. I'm able to use the foundations of DJing and incorporate upgrades, digital upgrades, to make my set with much more flavor and much more style. And if I'm honest, a lot easier. Yeah. Cars first came in, now cars got cruise control. Now you got Teslas that can drive themselves. So I think it's a great time to be. I'm not a naysayer. I'm not one of those, oh my God, no, if it's not vinyl. Shut up, man. Chat rubbish. Like, I love where we are now, and I think it's great. I think it's important that DJs do learn the foundation of DJing, as in crowd reading, the culture of DJing, if you will. I think it's important for a lot of DJs to understand the culture of being a master of ceremony, you know, rather than just trying to get gassed and go, yeah, I'm a DJ, you know. Do you know what I mean? But I do definitely think the introduction of the digital DJ by way of all of the technological stuff, I think is something that the DJ world should be thankful for.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it's crazy how everything's changing. Like now you just pick up a laptop, get a little deck, you know, and you can start DJing. Like before, everything was vinyl.
I wouldn't say you can start DJing. I say they can get a laptop, grab themselves a controller, and start playing music. I wouldn't say they can start DJing. I wouldn't. I think anyone that says that is rubbish. You're chatting rubbish. You're not. But you're not though.
True.
I can go and get a bunch of combs and some shampoo now and say I'm a hairdresser. No, I just know how to run some products through people's hair. I'm not a hairdresser. Do you get it?
So is that where the divide is now because of technology advancing?
Well, DJ is fashionable, isn't it? DJ gets you know, you can fuck girls, you can get a guest list, you can do all this type of shit. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do.
FaZe knows about this.
No, the reason why FaZe knows is because, do you know what? I won't even tell you. I'll let FaZe tell you, and he knows what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say it. I'll just let FaZe tell you. Yeah, and he knows. No, trust me, FaZe is my little bro for life.
Yeah.
He lives up the road. That's my heart there to get it. Yeah. Again, I think a DJ coming in, raw. I got a controller. My parents are rich, so I got the latest MacBook, the latest controller. Yeah, and I downloaded bare music from DJ City. I'm now gonna be a DJ.
Yeah.
That can go one of two ways. Yeah, it can go raw. You found something that you fell in love with, and you was fortunate enough to have the finances to get the best of what's going to be needed to do what you got to do. Great. And I think every DJ would love that as a starting point. Or it can be a case of you're a bandwagon guy.
Yeah.
And that's where you came from.
Definitely.
So I don't think them man deserve a pass. I don't. Or them gal. I don't think you deserve a pass.
The scene is like full of them, basically.
The scene is, but then a lot of people need to explain the difference. You know,
of course, yeah.
DJ FaZe, I'm not going to put him on blast, but as a prime example of a DJ who had no guidance coming into the game. And he'll tell you, and it's not a disrespect, but he'll tell you, I took FaZe under my wing and introduced him to structuring yourself as a DJ, branding yourself as a DJ, treating yourself as a business, at the same time not forgetting, you love this thing here, man. Fall in love with it. Let the music take you on a journey and express that to other people. Remember, music is the sound of emotions, you know. Yeah. Everyone's got a wedding song, lad's holiday song, all these different things, you get me? Yeah? Take them there, man. Don't just be like, yeah, man, I'm playing top 10. I'm in here. Blam, let's go. Bruv, get out, man. Get out. That's the same brothers that's coming in at 10 o'clock and at 10:05. I go, oh, God. Like, that's them, man. Get out, man. So
True. What are you doing if you hear that? What are you doing?
Absolutely nothing. I just remember not to book a man.
True.
Listen, at the end of the day, if a man wants to do that, if a man says to me, raw, okay, man, I like go on, rare, I'll have a conversation in it. Yeah? Or if I have that kind of a relationship with someone, cool, in it. I might ask about it, like, raw, bro, you was getting in early still, bro. Like, have you thought about trying this? I might suggest something. I'll never be selfish. I'll try and suggest. Knowledge is free. If I've got it to give to you, we got to pass it on, innit?
Of course.
But some man really believe that that's their thing. And sometimes you got to stub your toe and remember that once you buck your toe, now you got to get up and kind of get on with it. Do you get it?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not writing everything. I'm not.
I think they just need like a reminder that you got to do this for the love and passion as well, not just for the
100%.
sake of
100%.
Not just for the sake of it.
Well, again, music is something that we love, innit?
Yeah.
And that's why DJs do what we do, because we love it. Like, I don't trust a DJ that don't dance. I don't trust a DJ that don't dance. Many men will say that about me. Men are like, okay, I've never seen you dance. I get busy with it, but I'm shy in it when it comes to that.
I have to be drunk enough to be dancing, bro. I cannot be dancing.
Nah, man, they get me. But my character generally outside of DJing, when you're dealing with DJ KAE, I'm hype on the decks, innit? All of that, I'm in it. But Christopher as a person, I'm quite introvert. I'm quite like, raw. If I don't know you, I'm just over there, innit? I know who I know in it, and that's it. So
how are you like DJing? Like, do you like people in the booth, or do you like, now get out of the booth? I just want myself.
Nah, but I'm here for that, man. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Come, man, come. Just don't be an idiot, innit?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that, but obviously, like, if it's someone who I'm close with or whatever, invite them out into the booth. But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, but if I'm playing like some ratchet hip hop, I want to see you two. Like, it's a show, innit?
Yeah, true.
You get it? So I want to see the gal and bend over and do what you're doing. And if I got like a little, like I played in Blake's in Gravesend, and to the right of the DJ box, like you can actually stand on where it is. And there was one brother, and he had some moves on him. I was like, bro, come and get involved, climb up on the thing, put him up there.
Yeah.
Like, do you get me? Now I don't like men like that, but it was entertaining to see him do what he's doing. There were some girls that was kind of ratchet and doing their thing, but girls come get in the DJ box, brought the cameraman, get involved. I like it. I like to party. But I'm reckless anyway. I'm a bit.
Yeah, you're right. See, I don't trust you, man.
I think we all know about me,
You know about that. You know about the Ray nephews.
Sometimes it just,
Branding, bit of branding.
Just saying. We all know what I'm like in it, so I like to party.
So, what's been like your best gig, like that you've done, and you've walked away like, no way, I just shelled this?
White in Miami, undoubtedly. Big shouts out to Money Mike.
How did you get that?
Hustled, literally hustled. So I was out there, about I think 21 or 22. But I was out there. I had to be 21 or 22.
Yeah.
And I was with my cousins, my brothers, and whatever else. And we're on the strip in Miami where all the clubs are. You know what I mean? You got to live a little bit further up at the top, and it goes right the way down.
Yes.
Dolphin Mall in the middle, straight on the other side. And I was there, and we was surrounded by women because they like English guys out there, innit? So I'm like, top of the morning, crumpets, EastEnders, all that. So doing my thing, talking bare crap. Honestly, that's what I was doing. And dude came over and was like, yeah, what's up, players? Are you coming to the club tonight? And I was like, I'm trying to spin. And he was like, oh, what? So were you a DJ? I'm like, yeah, man, I do my thing. DJ from England, but can you drop it like it's hot out here? I'm like, of course I can, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mike was like, look, these out here get paid mad money, like, you know what I mean? If you're hot with it, then I'm gonna give you this much. If you ain't hot with it, you owe me this much. So we bet, let's do it. Went up in there, started shutting down, and at this time was when DJ KAE was out, like he was out, but KAE was in the club as well that night, that same night he was in the club. Unannounced, literally came through. And again, it was dope because Khaled saw me and was like, yo, he's hot. And I'm like, yeah. So Money Mac was like, yo, that's dope. So I never met Khaled. I mean, I've met him now. But I met Khaled I think 4 years ago. But that night, Khaled recognized that I was a dope DJ.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm with it. And Money Mike paid me my money. I was like, yeah. And I shut it down in Miami, bro. Shut it down.
That's like Miami scene is different. That's what I want to do. Like Miami scene, all of that, like American scene in general.
Yeah, dope.
Would you say Miami's better than UK?
Miami's better than the UK because the culture is different in the States, regardless.
Yeah.
Do you get it? So the culture in the UK.
Do you think because it's 21 plus out there as well?
I mean, yeah, but young girl and young brothers in the club, and fake IDs everywhere you go. But
Yeah,
it's true though, isn't it? But the culture of the people as people is different. Does it make sense? And the things they appreciate and expect from a DJ and from a nightclub environment, they're happy to pay for. And the level of bouginess is followed up by the level of money spent. You know, but then at the same time, the level of money spent is supported by the amount of entertainment you get. People go out to have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So which artists have you DJ'd for, and like, is there any artists that you would like to DJ in particular after quarantine and stuff?
Who have I DJ'd for? I've DJ'd for a few. Obviously,
name a couple.
Alright, so I've done the whole Maybach team. So obviously, Rose, Wale, Wiz Khalifa, Ray Sremmerd.
Yeah.
You know, I played with some old school artists. I played for like Cisco, Jagged Edge, Horace Brown, Keith Sweat. I've done UK artists, but then I know a lot of the UK man them in it. So I'm cool with Section, I'm cool with Storms, I'm cool with gigs, like to get it. So we've done the UK man them, but the UK
names under your belt.
Do you know what it is? They're big names to man them, but to me, they're man them. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Like I'm from South London, innit? I'm from Mitesfield Estate. Moved out from there, like Vassal Road, blah blah blah. Brixton is the playground where I've grown, innit? Family in Peckham, family in Hare, family in Croydon, all the rest of it. So being around the man them was never a thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? So to everybody else, it's rah 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 rah. But when I call a certain man by his first name, it's because his mum knows my mum.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
It's in our circle.
So that's kind of, names are just names, innit? If that makes sense. Them man eat, sleep, and drop number twos like everyone else.
So what's 3 tips you'd give to like up and coming DJs in the scene right now?
Humble yourself. Before anything, humble yourself. Yeah. The word DJ doesn't make you a celebrity. So know who you are. And by humbling yourself, you won't be in there rushing a dance, for example, playing out tune from early and getting dissed off by other selectors. And I'm going to tell you a true thing. Remind me, I got to tell you when I got dissed. Yeah, and I'll explain to you why.
Okay.
So one, definitely humble yourself. Know your lane. Know where your position in this thing, innit? Certain man that come in and go, yeah, I'm a DJ. What'd you play? Everything. I think you chat so much rubbish. I'm like, bruv, shut up, man. You don't play everything. Like, you may have every genre of music, but you don't play everything, innit? Like, that word open format, it really, I don't understand it.
How come you don't understand it?
Well, I don't understand it because I can play every genre of music, yeah? At one point in my career, my main focus was dancehall, yeah? Straight bashment, heat. Anything outside of that, cool. But I was with a sound called Top Boys. But our thing would come in, bashment, and that was our set, yeah? But I then transgressed from that. I was like, all right, and now I want to do UK garage, hip-hop, like funky house. So I then was more of a garage, funky house kind of DJ. But then I also grew from that into R&B and hip-hop, and that's where I found my passion. R&B and hip-hop is what I do. I'm a specialist R&B hip-hop DJ. And I love that of all of the ages. And I've always carried that as a culture, as a youth, right the way through to a grown man DJ, innit? Yeah. So I can play everything, but as much as I can play house, I'm not taking a house booking. What for? As much as I can play soca, I'm not taking a soca booking, blood. If mid-set, a man says, yeah, man, bounce couple soca, cool. But you're not going to catch me at Audio Hall. You're not going to catch me at Flags or one of them dances doing my thing. Why? Because that's not my specialist field, innit? I'm not saying that I can't do anything else, but I know I'm a hip-hop DJ. So know your lane, and know where you are. Stop overselling yourself. You don't need to do that. Your time will come.
Yeah.
So that's point number 2. And I think point number 3 will be invest in yourself. You know, and by that, I don't necessarily mean spending money. I mean time. You know, learn, hone your craft. Learn to respect other DJs. Learn to respect the culture of DJing. Learn to respect the culture of clubbing. Learn to respect the culture of radio. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? Not just the respecting, but again, when it comes to the money side of it, invest in yourself, man. Become a brand. You know, it's I'm standing in front of you. First thing I did is put on my DJ KAE hoodie and made sure my screen on the back was ready with all my logos and blah, blah, blah. Why? Because it's an investment in
That's
myself.
your brand.
It's how I'm going to present myself to the masses as a business and as a brand at the same time that shows my passion. So that'll be my 3rd point. Definitely invest in yourself. Yeah. Humble yourself. Yeah. And invest in yourself. Yeah. Yeah.
So go back to the time you were cussed out. Like, what happened with that?
So I got this large up man like Bruce, you know, big selector. So I got cussed because I had to get cussed. I remember I was playing a set and I had an MC called Glamzino and a man called Dixie from Galflex. Yeah, large up simple Simon. I see he popped his head in. Yeah. And I was rushing the dance. And I'll never forget. And I remember I played Eskimo dance. I played Eskimo, yeah? The Wiley tune.
Yeah.
And as the tune dropped, I was already mixing it out. And the man was like, brother, what you doing? And I was playing for myself. Like, I just wanted to draw gear. I want to show off. Keep in mind, I wasn't even playing no big set. I think I was playing like 12, 1 o'clock. Okay. Dance finishes at 6 in the morning, you know. So, yeah. And the man put his hand on the vinyl. Bow. DJ KAE. Now, for those particular guys who are hosting my set, they're very prominent in their marketplace.
Yeah.
And I'm the younger cousin of a very well-known DJ for their marketplace. Yeah. Rest in peace. He passed away recently. Now, I had to get badded up. A man stopped the crowd and said, DJ, stop rushing the thing. You're not playing for EZ right now. Take time. Stop shooting your load so early. I'm like, Brad, let me do my thing. And he goes, blood, know yourself. This is a man who's almost 10 years my senior.
Yeah.
Told me, know yourself. On the mic, you know.
In front of everyone.
I had a gal in the crowd saying, listen to him when he's talking. I never had no hair on my beard. Like balls barely dropped. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah. That's yeah.
And then do you know what he done? He said, all right, start again. And made me continue my whole set. And finish my set embarrassed, sweating, dripping. Not because it was hot, because I was embarrassed.
You're embarrassed, yeah.
And when I came off the set, vexed with him. Suck him, idiot, whatever. Yeah? I said it under my breath. I'd never say it to him. So, I never say it, never. Too scared. So, he took me to one side. Simon will tell you, it's a true thing. He took me to one side. He said, come here, Christopher. Drew me up. So, what's up? And he said, blood, you have to listen and you have to learn. He said, you've been around us, man, long enough to know what God. You had a time to shine and you didn't shine, blood.
You missed it.
He's like, you was there showing off to who? Nobody cared. He's like, no one cared about what you was doing because you was ruining the dance, blood. What the hell was you doing? We jumped on your set because you can't host. You can't MC, so we done it for you. And you just put your head down and just started drawing gear. Tech time, blood. And later on, DJ Mex came on, and we used to call him Dubplate Mex back then. It was Gigs' DJ. Yeah? And Mex bodied the rave. Let's put a hole in the place. You get me? Because at the time, their man stopped me, I would have ruined Mex's set.
Yeah.
Because Mex was there for a particular set. Do you understand? So their man
you
humbled
you have to do your part. Yeah, you have to kind of play your part, basically.
But I've never had to be cussed out again, ever. And I learned from that experience.
From it.
And I will gladly pass that on to man. DJ FaZe will tell you, I've had to check him in. I've had to put him in place. Jay, where you going? Come back. Like, you know, learn. Be prepared to let the others show you the foundations and the basics. No one saying you got to do it like this, but take this and make it your own. A driving instructor teaches you how to drive, but you learn how to drive your car the way you want to.
Definitely. That's crazy though. Like, I don't know how you like face that.
I faced it because I had to.
Yeah, true. You had.
I had to. I ain't got no choice. What am I gonna do? How do you? Okay. Do you drive?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you face being taught to drive?
Because like you want to do it, and you have to face. Yeah, you have to face it. To be honest.
There's nothing. Listen, everyone gets it. Anything you know right now, you didn't know at one point. Everything you can do right this minute, you was doing wrong beforehand.
Yeah.
That's it. No one goes and gets it right straight away. You think you do, but you don't.
That's a big lesson right there.
You get it? And that's why when I say certain things, and I talk about when I say raw, he's rubbish or he's chatting breeze or it's never coming from a place of negativity or to bad man up and blah blah blah. It's just me talking it as I see it. Like, bruv, you chat rubbish. Shut up. That's nonsense. You don't know what you're talking about. Or this, that, and a third. But I'm not going to say that, but then not offer a lesson with that.
Yeah.
You get me? Or if I don't know myself, I'll listen, learn, and maybe think about it and try and look at the way I see things as well. We learn, each one teach one, innit?
Okay, remember, so going back to that as well, do you think it's hard for DJs to approach like higher up DJs in the industry for advice? And
not at all. It's just hard to access them.
Okay.
A lot of people can't, they're not within reach. Did you get it? Yep. Or they're not within your immediate reach, I should say. Yeah? Like, speaking to EZ is not an easy task. But then you've got to also remember, I could call EZ now, yeah? I could actually call him on your live if you, like, you get me? I won't, but understand that to have that conversation, you and about 1,000 other DJs in your postcode, not to mention worldwide, want to have that conversation.
Yeah. So
on that basis, it's going to be very difficult to reach someone. However, if you're in a place and you're fortunate enough to have that conversation, so be it. When I met DJ 279, the number man, he's an old school hip hop DJ. He's the oracle to me. Anything hip hop related, I have a conversation with him. Him, Shorty Blitz, and DJ Swerve. I found myself outside Choice FM. I needed to meet the guy. I needed to have a conversation with him. So again, I invested in myself, got on that bus from Brixton to where I had to go, and bucked him, introduced myself, and I built a relationship. And now that's Uncle too.
So they're all uncles, man. All uncles.
Of course, man. No, but
is like the radio scene a thing for you as well, or just like mainly just do clubs, festivals?
No, radio's dope. I mean, I'm on Flex FM 101.4. I'm doing my show from home at the moment. But yeah, radio's definitely something I've looked at. Yeah. I'm looking at the current style of DJ and presenter at the moment, and whether I fit the dynamic of the stations that I'm talking to. I'm currently whether I fit the... I'm not going to say who we're talking, I don't want to jinx it. But I have been approached, and I'm having talks at the moment. And it's got to work both ways. Yeah. I can't be selfish and go, I can put this beside my name. It's got to work both ways. You know, I turned down Choice FM or Capital Extra back in the day because I didn't feel that they were right for the direction that I wanted to go. And it's that simple. It wasn't. And some people think I was crazy for that, but it would mean I have to change ways that I do. And I don't want to wake up every day to be something I'm not or do something that I don't want to do. Yeah. That makes sense? Big shouts out to Alan Brando, just jumped in, another pioneer DJ. You know, has very much taught me a lot of stuff along the way. He calls me Mummy's boy. He does.
Oh, you Mummy's boy, yeah?
It's a long story. So it goes back to the days I was on
long story, long story,
long story. I used to call up to shout me out and talk to me. And like, yeah, so Mummy's boy, innit? Shouts to Alan Brando, man, my brother.
So, bro, what other areas in the UK like do you want to DJ at if you haven't already DJed at, or what scenes you think is popping right now in the UK?
You know, I had some downtime where I've been focusing more on production and just sticking to my residency. So Wednesdays I was in Cambridge, Thursdays I'm in London doing a bashment thing with Style OG and all the man them. Thursdays I would, that's London. Fridays I'd be in Kent area. And then Saturdays, I'd be in the Bristol area. And then Sundays, I'd come back and bounce around Shoreditch.
Literally every night you're doing something.
Trying, but it's my career, innit? So,
yeah, of course.
I mean, at the moment, again, I'm what you call a working DJ. To get it? I was with an agency for a little while. Didn't really work for me. We didn't work for each other, actually, I think it's safe to say. But I'm able to do the bookings that I want to do that help me as a DJ and aren't just paychecks.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So where would I want to be? I don't know, bro. I guess I'm where I want to be. Like, I've never really thought about that, but I guess I am where I want to be. You know, I could call up the guys at Ministry tomorrow and go and play there if I really wanted to. Like, yo, let me get a set. All right, cool. Come on, Kay. Like, I think my reputation and my work rate and the person that I am, respectfully and humbly, has helped me, and it places me where I need to be.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with saying I need help. I'm okay with saying I need work. But the job that I do, DJs and promoters, I'd like to think, touch wood, believe that it's going to be a job that is worthy and that they're happy to pay for. Yeah.
So what's your take on like the London scene at the moment? Because I know you're not a big fan. You're not a big fan,
but do you know what it is? Okay, let me explain something to you. As soon as you say the London scene, it's got so many different scenes, yeah? The central London DJ scene, I think, is whack. I think they're all shit. All of them. They're all rubbish. And the reason why, they're fashion. A lot of them are fashion. No, not all of them. I stand corrected. But a large portion, an extremely large portion. There are certain DJs who man would consider, oh, you're a fashion DJ. I hear a lot of DJs talking bad about Charles Prince. And I'll say names, innit? Yeah? Now, I used to think Charles Prince was rubbish until I looked into him. Yeah? But Charles Prince is an amazing international DJ. Like, I don't think he could come to the ends and juggle in that marketplace. I think he'd get eaten alive. But for where he is and what he does, I think he's sensational. I think he's a great showman. I think he's a great DJ. He knows the right selection. He plays the right UK and international music for the market that is there. Yeah? But in central London, you find a lot of DJs who are fashion DJs. Oh, here's my guest list. Can I play prime time? Sorry? You know, I remember I was in Mayfair, and I'd gone there, and I think I told you this. You know, I found these two French girls outside that I knew, and obviously I walked up to them, spoke French to them. How are you? Blah blah blah. The rest of it. Let's go party. And I lied. I was actually there to meet the celebrity that I was supposed to be there with, and he was coming with his team, but I just arrived from the concert from early in it. So, and I'm there, Christian Louboutins, Gucci this, Prada that, blah blah blah, diamonds, yeah. And I lied. I goes, yeah, my name's on the guest list. And she went, yep, come on in. Are these girls with you? I said, yeah. So I'm there, gold, shining, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And they put a VIP wristband on me. Took me to the VIP. Okay, interesting. Now, I knew my name was on the list. I gave them a government name. So I knew it weren't there. So I'm in there now. And one of the guys walked past me, you know. I've got in there. They've handed me a bottle. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, interesting. See how this goes, innit? Like, and funny enough, I was right next door to the artist table.
Yeah.
So anyway, doing my thing, and guy comes up to me, starts talking to me casually. Oh yeah, man, great party. What do you think? I'm like, yeah, it's dope, man. I can't wait till so and so arrives and he performs. Blah blah blah. Yeah, man. And I've gone, yeah. So I DJ a little bit myself. Oh, you DJ? Yeah, man. Here's my card. You should come and play for me. You've seen me with two girls plus another group of girls that I know. I've got, you know, LP and whatever else I got on my table. I'm dressed in designer gear, and I've gone, I'm a DJ, and you've gone, you should come and DJ for me. That is West End.
Yeah.
So no, I don't rate them, man. There, like I said it with my whole chest, I don't rate you, man, because that's your thing. Sorry, man, get out of here. What is that? What is that? What is that?
But that's because, like, obviously they weren't even interested in like your mixing, or they didn't even want to know if you could mix even even if that.
Bro, he didn't even ask me my DJ name.
He just goes, you got to come down.
You know what? You should come and DJ for me. Okay, I'll give you a call tomorrow. I don't think I ever called him.
Yeah.
He had no idea about it.
It didn't interest you, innit? It just didn't interest you.
You saw me speaking a foreign language to foreign girls wearing designer gear in a VIP, and I said, I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
Get out of there, man. And I find that is in the West End. And in outside of the West End circuit, you know, you're required to work. You're required to show and prove. Yeah. Work your way through the ranks, learn yourself, educate yourself, know where your position is, and be humble. You know what I mean? So, do I think anything will change with Central London clubs after lockdown? No, it will get worse. Everyone's got. Of course it will, because everyone's going to. Okay, so the business side of it is people need to recoup money that's been lost during this time, innit?
Yeah, of course.
So as a result, they're going to open up with more nights and more days, and it's either going to be the same DJ doing multiple nights. And honestly speaking, and I'll be the first to put my hands up and admit it, we get complacent, you know, and some of us strive to play different sets, but there's certain things that are signature that we're going to do in our sets.
Yeah.
And eventually, you're going to start to roll all of your days into one. Yeah? It happens. It's just a natural order. Yeah? So will it get better? I don't think so. Because the West End is quite inclusive. There's the same.
They go back to the same. They don't try and differ what they're doing.
I'll give you an example, right? So if you look at Pitch Darker Agency, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad because Charles Prince is thing again. I'm not firing shots, but it's the only example I can use. Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got some great DJs. They've got some good DJs. They've got some DJs who shouldn't be on the agency. They've got some really good DJs. Now, the DJs that get nominated for the DJ of the Year award are those guys. They're their man. So you man run it, you man nominate it, and you share the award between each other.
So there's no difference.
I know 18-year-old DJs who will body their man, who's been DJing for all of 3-4 years.
Yeah.
But they're so invested in what they do, they'll annihilate their man for fun. DJ FaZe is one of them. Young shooter, cold.
Yeah, I've seen FaZe live as well. He's calm. He's a calm DJ.
Cold. You're welcome. No, I'm joking.
So I've got to thank you. I've got to thank you for that.
I take no credit for DJ FaZe.
FaZe, I wouldn't have it.
I gave FaZe the basics, and FaZe effed it up. He took it and was like, I'm gonna F this up. And he does. And he comes in, and no matter what place you put him, he gets the job done.
Yeah.
No, he leaves his ego at the door and comes in to get the job done. And I big him up. Always. Heavily. Always. 24/7.
Bro.
And that is regardless of the fact that I would have showed him anything. Somebody had to show me how to do what I do. And we passed the baton. I passed in the baton, and that kid ran the race and won. So big him up. I take nothing from him. It's all him.
Definitely, man. So what's your take on agency versus independent? So like, I feel like maybe an agency could help you if you're just starting out to try and get somewhere. But do you feel like it just depends on the person, or do you feel like
an agency could go many ways for you? I was with an agency, and the agency that I was with, they paid me, and that's it. You know, I've left the agency now. We've parted company, and there was no follow up with anything that had happened with the agency. Yeah? No, I lied. 2 of the companies that I DJ'd for contacted me, and I said, I'm not gonna DJ for you because obviously I've been with the agency, and respectfully, you know, regardless of how we parted, I'll still maintain that respect. But agencies, in my opinion, right, you got DJ agencies, booking agents, and DJ managers. Yeah, I feel an agency might look after every slug and lettuce out there, but you might not be a slug and lettuce DJ. So you go in, play how you're supposed to play for that service. So you provide them a service, and then you leave, and you get paid.
Yeah.
You got booking agents who you can say, right, you know what? I want to play for Applebum. I want to play for Brooklyn Zoo. I want to play for all these Shoreditch underground hip hop events.
Yeah.
I want to play for Super Duper Fly. And it's their job to go and liaise and make it happen and get those gigs. Then you've got your DJ managers who build you as a brand, introduce you to the world as a brand, manage your diary. You need to be here, there, sort your riders, X, Y, Z, yada, 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 yada. Agencies can be good, but agencies can also just pay you. And that's it. And the agency I was with, they were good for what they were doing, but the agency in particular had a problem that I was heavily booked. We need you to not be booked. That says you DJs who are starting out, who are inexperienced. That doesn't help me. So it helped me financially, but as a building DJ KAE brand, it did nothing for me. And I guess we had to part company.
It just kind of depends on like the person and what you're doing.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And again, some agencies, like, I remember I played at a venue in the West End,
Yeah.
And this particular venue told me they wanted me to play in this order throughout the whole night: one house tune, one chart tune, one R&B tune, and one cheese tune.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they wanted their night to run. And at the time, I was playing dance music, body in the club, dance music and remixes, and they were going wild for it. And no one point was everybody on the dance floor. You know, that's an ideal scenario, but it wasn't the case for me. I don't think it's the case for many DJs. But that's what the manager told me. The manager then went back and told the agency person, this DJ, da 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 da. But when I showed the agency person the videos, I was like, look, I've got up to an hour's footage here. This is non-stop heat. I guess I wasn't right for what they were doing. But that isn't right for me, because I'm not going to walk into any rave and play house, chart, cheese, R&B in that order.
In that order, yeah.
I'm not an iPod shuffle, bro. Get that.
Not an iPod shuffle.
I'm not. That's the other guy. That's not me. I don't know who the other guy is.
I totally understand that, because like obviously it's for passion and love of music as well, and like you don't want to be made to play what they want.
I just didn't think it made sense, and I had to be real to myself. I'm here to entertain the crowd. Yes, I'm here to do the job I'm being paid to do, but I've got to remember that this isn't a DJ KAE booking.
Yeah.
This isn't Raw K. You're the man for this job. They've booked you, and your name is up in lights. Da, 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 da. I'm replaceable, so somebody else will be there next week. I'm simply there to do what I'm told to do. So that to me.
Sorry, yeah, and also like Natty just said, there's more about like the money for them, and it goes back to the fact like when managers and like promoters get annoyed that people on the dance floor but not at the bar, which I don't understand either.
So I'll tell you why that is. I think you've got to remember, clubs, the revenue they get is from the bar.
Yeah.
So the markup on alcohol is what it is.
Yeah, of course.
So you need people drinking.
Yeah.
So and that's why you've got higher and low parts of a night, and it's a DJ's job to take you like this throughout the night. People need to drink for the club to stay open, especially if a promoter's hired the club. A promoter might have a bar spend.
Mm-hmm.
The club was Ram. Now, there used to be a bar in the West End on Maddox Street. I used to DJ at. And we'd ram it every week. Shouts out to Kevin. We'd ram it every week. But we never had a big drinking crowd. So it was Ram, just not a lot of drinkers.
Just not a lot of drink. Okay.
So we were making money, but they weren't. So we got kicked out. Because the club needs to make money.
Of course, but in a way, if you're looking at it, it's a good thing that everyone's dancing, right? Then, I mean, if you're dancing,
it's good for the DJ.
True, but if you're dancing, the people are gonna get hot and sweaty. They're gonna go to the bar to drink.
Whereas if they're enjoying themselves and just nodding and they're at that point of the night, they're not at that point of the night. They're at that point. They gravitate to the bar and they buy rounds. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they move on to bottles, and then they move down from bottles. Mm-hmm. So it's an equal relationship between the DJ and the venue. Mm-hmm. I'd like to think.
Shoreditch can be the same with these dancehall events. Most don't spend money. Yeah, like
that's rubbish. That's bollocks. That's rubbish. Of course it is. And the reason being is because Shoreditch don't do bashment raves.
Yeah.
They don't do dancehall raves. I'm part of Dancehall Episode, one of the biggest international brands come out of the UK. Mm-hmm. Shoreditch don't do bashment raves. Mm-hmm. Don't. Come to one of my bashment raves and you'll see a bashment rave. The Caribbean crew, we love to spend money. We shell down the bar. We buy brown bottles, we buy Bel Air, we buy Rare Nephew. That's what we do as a culture. Yeah. So in Shoreditch don't have bashment DJs. And I'll tell you that for free, because I've been to this bashment raves in Shoreditch and playing I Want to Do the Wicked Islam, mixing it with Ravers Gas. That's bollocks. Get out. You'll get a bun in a bashment rave for that. That's bollocks. So what I mean is, Shoreditch may have DJs who want to play dancehall music, but you Shoreditch don't have bashment raves, man. That's a fact.
Where would you say the best culture bashment raves are? Like where do you do yours?
So when we hold our bashment dances, we do north, east, south, west, in London, out of London, all around Europe. Do you understand? Like dancehall is a culture. It's not that's a culture. Dancehall is a thing. And keep in mind, I'm a hip hop DJ. I'm a Jamaican, so I'm making you lot know this, innit? Dancehall is a culture. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Yeah. We jump up and down. We run up, and we got dance moves. We got singing songs. We got bad man songs. We got Gallem songs. All kinds of stuff. You don't only, if you're not in a dancehall scene, you only see one side of it. and whatever side that is, it may be. You might see reggae and dreadlocks. You might see daggering and jumping off speakers and blah blah blah. But you only see that. Do you get it? So in the UK and in Shoreditch, not even in the UK, sorry, in Shoreditch, I digress and I come back to what I said. Shoreditch is wicked for trap, wicked for underground trap and evolving music. But don't come and chat to me about dancehall. Shut up. There's about maybe 3 or 4 selectors in Shoreditch that can draw a bashment heat, and I mean a solid bashment set where you'll get respect.
What's time? What time bar?
2:55.
Oh, time 2:55.
Oh, time.
I don't know,
time.
Is he talking about time, like time bar or time? Like,
yeah, time.
I've been there, and I mean,
well, I know time bar in Beckenham, but you know, I ran some raves in it. Envy's my Envy.
Oh, you done Envy, innit? You done Envy.
That's mine. Yeah.
Oh, is that yours?
Yeah. So we, you know, Time's a great venue. Big shouts out to the owners. You know what I mean? Doing your thing. But,
yeah.
Bashment raves, a bashment dance can happen anywhere. This is why there's so many dancehall dances that you don't even hear about, that are just in spots in a house party even, or one hall or whatever, because it's a culture and you can't deny it. But in Shoreditch, leave it alone.
Yeah. So outside London, what kind of areas, like obviously you got like Beckenham, Croydon, Bromley, Dartford, like all of these other places, what areas do you think are popping at the moment?
Sure.
Like,
Sure, I could tell you that. Sheffield, Manchester, Birmingham, Leeds, Bristol, you know, those type of areas. I know they're all major cities, but definitely popping. Definitely.
Oh,
JSG, we started 7 minutes late, man. We're good.
No, I'm just gonna add Scotty B to it once I'm done. Like I just DM'd him. I just said like just join it. I'll add you. So just keep it rolling.
Lucky yourself, brother, and you're a bad boy DJ. Big up DJ Hursty, you know. Long time selector, my brother.
Okay, talking. Yeah, what? This guy you waffle, bro.
I talk the things, we bad. I talk the things. I don't feel no way.
True. Have you DJ'd in Manny or Birmingham before?
Yeah, of course. Like, I love those cities, you know. Look at them repping Sheffield, outside the Viper Rims crew, yeah, and all them man there. Old school Paris when it used to be open and all that lot. Yeah, man, I love the Sheffield crew. Yeah,
what do you think makes the Brum scene? Like, what do you think? Is it the DJs? Is it the people? Like, what do you think that makes?
What, in the Midlands?
Yeah.
Well, you got 2 different sides, innit? So you got the Broad Street and all of them lot, and then you got the underground lot. So Broad Street is dope, but it's divided into 2 sections, innit?
Yeah.
So you got Curfew and all of his lot and the Bamboo lot, then Leon and all of the 101 lot, and then everybody else in the middle in Arcadian. So if you're in, you're in. You got your Nathan Dawes, your Ruskies, you know, 50-50, Jess Monroe, all them lot, which is cool. But you got a lot of DJs on the outskirts, also Wolves, surrounding counties. So I think it's a great scene, but they've got different pockets that do what they do. And even though they don't let you into their pockets, they're not gonna stop anybody else in their pocket outside doing their thing.
Definitely.
So, yeah. Midlands is great.
CV DJs that taught the most sense.
True. I taught the truth.
It's true. Big truth.
So yeah, Mids is cool, but I just the Midlands is definitely cool. But I think Mids is just like anywhere else, though, isn't it? Everyone's got their little pockets of DJs, and it's that simple.
But you don't think the London, like Central London will change?
Nah. Them lot, the way it is set up, they get paid. They get paid. Their egos are stroked and get their dick sucked every week. So them lot, excuse my language, but that's what it is.
Keep it PG, bro.
Yeah, sorry. I just talk straight. I mean, forgive me. Large up my brother suspects, all tight swarms and all the man.
Quick one. The live's gonna end in like 20 seconds, in like 30 seconds, yeah. So like, and I think Scotty's gonna come on. So I don't know if we're gonna.
Spit the question, bro. Hit me.
No. I'm just saying I've got to end it now because it's got 20 seconds left of the live.
That's calm, bro. Well, I hope I've been an inspiration and helped you out and just, you know, give you some gems to kind of.
I didn't even want to end it. Like,
cool, man. Listen, don't watch me, my guy.
Bro, don't worry. I'm gonna get you back on though. If you're free afterwards, I'll get you back on or something.
Shout me, bro. I'm here.
Definitely. But like everyone who's joined in now, yeah, just like tune back in.
Log back into Krish. Log back in, man, because he's gonna cut. But log back in and give him a follow.
Thank you, bro.